Hi there, my name's Ken. Welcome along to this top tips for F2 Lesson 5 of English Conversation for Beginners. Now this is a beginner's English course, so the vocabulary and the sentences and structures can be quite basic, but it's here to help you improve with your pronunciation and also with your smoothness while you're speaking. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to speak better and to understand more when you're speaking. So the topics for this lesson are telling the time. But I'm going to be showing you how to tell the time how a native English speaker would do it. We will generally use maybe quarter past, half past, quarter to when we're telling the time. And I'm going to explain this for you. Now, if we look at the first example from the lesson, for example, we say there are 60 seconds in a minute. But when we actually say this, we make the sentence into 3 parts, just to be a little bit smoother. So if, for example, we say there are 60 seconds in a minute. Now, in a minute it's quite important, so we say that all together. We can actually split it into 2 parts. We can actually say there are 60 seconds in a minute. But I prefer the 3-part sentence. There are 60 seconds in a minute. Now, if you can have a listen to this, you'll see what I mean. There are 60 seconds in a minute. There are 60 seconds in a minute. And also with questions. For example, are there 60 minutes in an hour? And again, this is quite a long sentence, so we'll break it down either into 2 parts or into 3 parts. For example, are there 60 minutes in an hour? Are there 60 minutes in an hour? Or in 2 parts, are there 60 minutes in an hour? Again, I prefer the 3 parts because it's a little bit slower and we can make it more smoother. So have a listen to this one and see what I mean. How many minutes are in an hour? How many minutes are in an hour? So we've looked at in a minute, in an hour, and again we can say in a day. So if we say there are 24 hours in a day, and again, to make it smoother, we'll break it into 3 parts. There are 24 hours in a day. There are 24 hours in a day. So have a listen to this. Are there 60 minutes in an hour? Are there 60 minutes in an hour? And this comes from previous lessons where I've actually said to you that for the rhythm in English, it kind of goes a little bit like this. There are 24 hours in a day. There are 60 minutes in an hour. There are 60 seconds in a minute. Are there 24 seconds in a day? Are there 24 seconds in a day? So have a practice with that and see if you can actually get yourself speaking within those little sections of the sentence, if you can put them together to make you sound a little bit smoother. And again, joining words together with this question. The question is, do 60 seconds make a minute? So we can break it into 2 parts. When we have do, we will generally put that together with the first part of the sentence. So for example, do 60 seconds. We'll put it together. Do 60 seconds. And the second part, make a minute. This is this part of the sentence, again, we will join it together to help, and we will actually sound a bit like make a minute. So the full sentence would be very smooth. Do 60 seconds, make a minute. Have a listen. Do 60 seconds make a minute? Do 60 seconds make a minute? And another part of the joining the sounds together is this sentence here. 15 minutes make a quarter of an hour. 15 minutes make a quarter of an hour. So again, it's all down about the linking sounds. We can say 15 minutes, because they're together, 15 minutes, make, that's by itself, so 15 minutes, make, and the next part, a quarter of an hour. We will put that together because that is really, okay, it's different words, but it's actually really one bit of information and one sound. So we would say a quarter of an hour. A quarter of an hour. So do 15 minutes make a quarter of an hour. Have a listen. 15 minutes make a quarter of an hour. One of the things in the lessons that I'm trying to show you to give you more information, and this telling the time, some of my students get a little bit confused about telling the time, what to say with it. Not the actual time itself, but the structure of it. So for example, we have AM, we have PM, and we have o'clock. So for example, 5 PM, 5 o'clock. We never say 5 PM o'clock. We just say either 5 PM or 5 AM or 5 o'clock. I'm also showing you two ways of telling the time that we generally use. There's more ways, but two very, very easy ways to ask for the time. Number one, easy, what time is it? What time is it? What time is it? But again, we contract it and make it shorter. What time is it? Or another way, what's the time? What's the time? What is the time? What's the time? So with these quarter past, half past, and quarter to, for example, I'll let you listen to a couple of the examples here. One of the examples is, it's 9:15, it's quarter past 9. It's 9:15, it's quarter past 9. It's 1:30, it's half past 1. It's 1:30, it's half past 1. It's 2:45, it's quarter to 3. Or it's a quarter to 3. We can use a before quarter, up to you whether you use it or not. So we can say it's quarter to 3 or it's a quarter to 3. Both ways are exactly correct. So this is the end of Top Tips for lesson number 5. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you want to use this information when you go through the lesson, it will really help you with your understanding and also with your speaking. So my name's Ken, thanks very much for watching and good luck. Remember to leave a rating and review for me, please. This really helps me to provide more courses, and it'll also help students who are looking to get involved with this course. So thanks very much for taking the time and good luck.